guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paula and this is Getting Fit with Paula. For those of you guys that don't know, this is my Vsg channel. It's dedicated on my journey from before surgery, now after surgery. The video is going to be for my week 3 and 4, which was when I started my Purée stage. So if you're interested on some tips for when you start your Purée stage, or if you're just needing advice or anything like that, keep on watching if you wanted to know where I was at 3 to 4 weeks after my sleeve. I got my VSG done on July 10th of 2020. So if you're interested, keep on watching. But yeah, to all my new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I hope I'm giving you some type of clarity or answering any questions you might have. For those that have already had the surgery, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask your question down below in the comments, or add me on Instagram and you can send me a DM and we can talk about it. But yeah, welcome back, guys. I know I didn't post last week. I just went ahead and took it as the holiday. You know, we were out of town, so I didn't get to post, but here I am. Happy Monday. Welcome to a new week. Don't forget to shine bright and be positive. It's a new week. Whatever happened last week, let it go. Let's move forward. So I'm gonna talk about week 3. So I went to my 2-week post-op appointment, and it was a little after my 2 weeks, and I was almost about to be 3.5 weeks when he saw me. So at my 2-week appointment, I did have to go in. They weighed me. I was still kind of walking a little funny. I still didn't have my groove all the way back, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I didn't feel myself yet at that point. So Dre did drop me off at the front. I walked up to my doctor's office. I was looked at. He weighed me. At that point, I was 221, either 221 or 220. And I had officially lost either 20 pounds or 19 pounds since my surgery. So in 2 weeks, I had lost either 19 or 20 pounds, because the day of surgery, I was 240. And the day he checked me, I was 219. So we went over everything that I was doing, the medication that he had sent me home with, the vitamins I was taking, which I take the bariatric advance, I believe. I'm gonna post them right here, wherever I can fit the picture. But I take those. I asked him if I had to take any extra iron or calcium or vitamin D or anything like that. He mentioned that at the time I didn't. He did say that I had to wait till my 3-month appointment to see if I needed it. At my 1-month appointment, I'll talk about that a little further down. But that's pretty much all he did. He checked my incisions, made sure it was good, asked me how I was feeling, how I was doing. At that point, when I was walking or doing too much of something, I was getting a pain right here. And it was like a sharp, kind of like a, I want to say like a cramp right here, and it would radiate to the back of my back. So at that point, he was like, it could be water intake, but I really believe it's my body. He said it was my body telling me that I was pushing myself too hard, that it was my body's new way of telling me, I'm tired, you're doing it too much, let's chill. So I took that into consideration every time I went walking. Beforehand, for those that didn't watch my videos before surgery, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I love to go walking. I live in Washington. I live in Washington. So walking was my thing. The trails and walking 3.5 miles, 7 miles, 5 miles a day, that's my thing. So when I was told that I couldn't do it anymore for a while, I was kind of disappointed and I wanted to hop back on that horse real quick. But you have to remember, like, I had to keep reminding myself, you're only 3 weeks out, Paula. Even now, I'm 2 months out. And I'm still like, Paula, you're only 2 months out. Like, you're expecting to be, you have expectations for a year out. And I know that a lot of us, when we go into the surgery, that's our mentality. Like, we want that. But yeah. At that point, I got cleared for pureed food. So I went home and I made a ricotta bake. The ricotta bake that I made consisted of ricotta cheese, so sugar-free tomato sauce, and I believe it was low cholesterol also, tomato sauce, fresh Parmesan, and 1 egg. And then I put Gen Pro in mine to boost the protein intake, because at that point I was still dealing with having to drink and eat my protein. But I went home and I made that. I'll probably post a recipe here, or I think a picture. I don't know if I have a picture of my ricotta bake, but Pinterest, guys, Pinterest is your best option. So I did that, and then I made eggs. I was craving eggs. I could not wait to eat eggs. I made 1 scrambled egg with avocado on top. I mushed up my avocado, fresh avocados, and it was 1 piece of avocado, and Mexican crema with a little bit of mild salsa. And that was my first actual soft food meal. Once you enter the soft foods, you're allowed to have stuff like mashed, you could have mashed potatoes. I try to stay away from mashed potatoes. What I used to do was I would make my own chicken broth with chicken in it, and then I would cook squash and carrot in my broth. So when I was eating the broth, I was smushing my carrots and my squash with my broth. I know they say that you're not supposed to drink and eat, but it wasn't a lot of broth. It was just enough to where it was making kind of like a mashed potato consistency, guys. I can't talk. So I started doing that. Tuna, I introduced into my routine at week 4. I was really scared because of how everybody's body reacts different. That I was able to eat fine. I got vegetarian fried beans, so I had those also during my puree stage. I introduced Greek yogurt into my diet. As you go on, it becomes easier to do things and go out because you're able to snack on different things. You're able to, now if I'm running around and I'm at Walmart, I can grab a single Greek yogurt and eat it in my car if I forget to snack. I know, like, as you progress through your journey, you're able to snack on more things. So just keep that in mind, because I know it's really frustrating at first, especially when you're still in your liquid stage. I know some doctors make you go until week 4 on liquid, sometimes even week 5, depending on your surgery. So just keep that in mind, that just because my doctor approved it at the week 3 doesn't mean that your doctor will approve it. So just keep that into consideration. Some people eat chili at the puree stage. I haven't still eaten any chili at all, and I'm 2 months out, just because I didn't like ground beef before, some kind of spectacle. I'm kind of like, oh, how is that gonna react with my body? So I haven't done that. But you could definitely make your own sodium, mashed beans. Just make sure you get the more healthier beans. You can even do black beans and just mush them up. I started sugar-free jello in my puree stage. I know some people have it during their liquid stage. I didn't want to chance it, so I went to my puree stage, so I was able to eat that as a snack to help me fill up. And remember, I'm still week 3, so at week 3, I'm still struggling to eat anything at that point still. Week 3 and 4. At week 4, I started to introduce a little bit more things to my body, just because he told me that I did 1 week of puree, and then he said I can slowly start introducing soft foods. So I did try chicken in broth. Like I did mention, I soaked my chicken in the broth, just like I did my like squash and carrots. And I think I had some chicken. I introduced chicken. I know I did for a fact at week 4. I introduced some chicken. At that point, I'm still drinking sugar-free everything. I don't think I'll ever go back to pure sugar drinks ever, just because my taste buds have changed so much. And at week 3, I know a lot of people don't talk about this, I hit a stall. For those that you don't know what a stall is, it's when you stop losing weight. I didn't lose weight from week 3 until week 6, and I'll talk about that more in my next video. But if you're going through that right now, don't feel like a disappointment. Don't feel like you're doing something wrong. Don't feel like this isn't working for you and it was just a mistake, because I had one, and from the groups that I'm in, a lot of people have had it. So just take that into consideration. Don't sit here and feel like, oh my gosh, start panicking and believing that it didn't work for you, because trust me, everybody goes through a stall. Some stall isn't as long as everybody else's. Some stall is, just a week, from week 3 to week 4. Some people go from week 3 to week 8. It's normal. I did talk to my surgeon about it, and he said he said make sure you're measuring your inches, because you may not be losing weight, but you may be losing inches. I don't know about you guys, but I know me, my body starts to develop muscle in my legs really fast, to the point where my legs are actually toned right now, and I'm only 2 months out. And it's not like a perfect tone, but you can see the muscle in my leg. You can see my calf muscles. You can see my body starting to transform. And I mentioned that to him. Muscle weighs more than fat. So if you start getting muscle, you're not going to see that in your weight loss, because your scale is not reflecting it. So measure. Make sure you're measuring. Don't get obsessed with it, because I know a lot of us get obsessed with our weight, but measure at least. I measure at least every Friday or every 2 weeks, and I keep a log. I'm gonna post a picture of one that I created. If you're interested in it, let me know, and I'll send me a message on my Instagram of if you like this one, and I'll send you the picture through my Instagram. Let's go ahead and talk about the big elephant in the room. I did cut my hair. I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, you cut your hair and you're gonna lose hair. I already shedded a lot beforehand. I shedded a lot. I shed a lot. I lose a lot of hair. And I felt like with my hair being so long, I was gonna get even more depressed on how much it looked like I was shedding because of how long my hair was. It might not seem like it's that short, but I did cut 17 inches off. My hair was to the middle of my butt, so I did cut quite a few. But I do want to mention that after my VSG, my hair texture did change. I'm starting to get curls in my hair, and for some reason, now that it's shorter, my hair looks like it's thicker. So you are going to start noticing body changes. Your body might change into different things. Um, you might notice that, you know, you're able to do more as your weeks go by. So like I mentioned, don't get discouraged. I hope this helped a little bit for your puree stage. Um, there's a lot of things you can puree. I know some people like puree actual food into like baby food. If you're into that, go ahead. I stayed away from baby food just because I looked at the nutrition. I know some people eat it during puree food. I stayed away from it just because you're not gaining anything from it. I thought, you know, it had some protein or some type of fiber. um, your intake of calories and sugar is more than what you're getting out of the baby food. So I feel like if you did want to do something like that, you might want to start with your own, making your own mashed food just to make it easier. But that's it for week 3 and 4 in your puree stage. If you have any questions or any doubts on whether you can eat it or not, I'm not a nutritionist, but feel free to send me a message. You guys didn't have any questions in the last video that I could answer this video. So if you have any questions now, leave them down below or send me a message on my Instagram. I'll put it right here. It's Getting Fit with Paula. But yeah, guys, I hope you're enjoying my videos. I hope I'm helping you guys. Don't forget to feel blessed, and remember, we're all in this together. Um, you're not alone. We're all going through some type of journey. But I hope my videos help. Bye, guys.